Well, I did want to change topics really quickly and talk about the greatest world-shattering phenomenon that is Beyonce's Cowboy Carter album. And can I just say, life-changing? Can I get a pew pew pew? Give me a pew pew pew. Pew pew pew. Listen,
Life changing.
for me, and the eagle is right. It's American.
It's soaring.
It's soaring and it's
Yeah,
American.
it is American, right?
It's American.
Yeah.
And it has been on repeat in my headphones. I done bought the vinyl. I ain't never bought Beyonce merch before, y'all. I'm not even kidding. I have never bought Beyonce merch before. The way I snatched up this Cowboy Carter merch is a crime. And I will tell you this. Once you understand the context behind the album and how in the trilogy that it's supposed to be these 3 albums that Beyonce is producing for her loyalists and fans. Cowboy Carter was actually supposed to come out before Renaissance. And that is important to note because if you listen to the album all the way through and then transition into Renaissance, it's this beautiful flow of thought. There's momentum there. But anyway, Cowboy Carter, country inspired album that to me just feels so Southern and so Black American and so bare in the production as opposed to Renaissance, which is a lot of 808s. It's a lot of layering. It's a lot of techno. This one is
Dance.
a lot of dance. A lot of dance. This is truly vocals, strings, a little orchestration, and then towards the end she gets like a little bit more kind of hip-hoppy inspired, but it is a beautiful album. It is to me my favorite Beyonce album of all time.
Oh wow. So Renaissance
about it.
had a short moment at the top.
It was Renaissance,
And it took the next
Carter
album to knock that one out.
and I'm talking about her full 8 album catalog.
Yeah.
Cowboy Carter to me is the best.
Okay.
Sonically, from a composition perspective, from a vocal layering perspective, from a melodic perspective, it is her best work. Beyonce is singing on this album, y'all.
Singing.
She is singing. And the way that Beyonce has a gift for layering her vocals on top of each other in the format of Southern inspired, again, banjo, guitar, sometimes a larger orchestral backing is beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. And country music has a way of allowing the songstress to tell stories in a way that you don't get in other formats.
Yeah.
And so she's been able to give us nuggets of her life and storytelling in a way that you haven't heard from her before. It's very transparent and I love it. So with that being said, I'm going to give you guys my top picks on the album.
Okay, what's your top picks?
My top picks on the album.
Was that top tracks?
Top tracks, top picks.
Top themes?
Top themes. The top things.
Okay.
On the album. Now, one of them is a cover. BLACKBIIRD. BLACKBIIRD is in my top. BLACKBIIRD is actually a cover of the Beatles song The Blackbird, written by Sir Paul McCartney. And this song was actually released in 1960 something or the other.
Yeah.
And he wrote it while he was in Scotland in response to the civil rights movement that was happening in the United States at the time, in the southern states specifically. And so he was inspired by the Little Rock Nine. You guys, if you're history buffs, understand the Little Rock Nine were a group of 9 individuals who, in response to Brown v. the Board of Education, were the first of individuals to be integrated into what was segregated schooling at the time.
Okay.
And so the Little Rock Nine, there's tons of photos and just so much history around them. And they were historic because, again, they were first of Black students to be integrated into all white populations. And so the original line, the song is, Blackbird singing in the dead of night. It was supposed to be Black woman from Little Rock. Like he literally had those sort of themes woven in, but he wanted it to be timeless and to be applied to different things. And so it turned out to be Blackbird.
It's a beautiful song.
Beautiful song. And what makes it even more stunning is the fact that Beyonce intentionally features Black female artists that are in country music and are underrepresented in the film.
Nice.
Brittany Rayner, Tanner Adele, and ooh, don't let me lie, the other girl. Oh, I can't think of her name. Brittany Renner, Tanner Adele, Raina Roberts, and Tiara Kennedy are all Black women who are country singers currently and got to layer their vocals onto the track. So Blackbird.
Love that.
It's one of my favorites. My next two are back to back. One of them is Protector. That's number 4 on the album. The number 5 is My Rose. I love these two because I am almost sure these are odes to her twins, Sir and Rumi. I think Rumi's is Protector, if not all of her children, but My Rose in particular we know is for Sir Carter, because on the CD version of this, the song is actually titled My Sir. So if you put in the CD, the song doesn't come up as My Rose as it does on streaming services. It comes up as Mr. Sir.
Oh.
And
Nice Easter egg.
Nice little Easter egg. And those two, again, beautiful, raw, melodic pieces from Beyonce where she's doing all this fun vocal layering, and then the keys are largely minor. And whenever there's a minor key, things just feel a little more sullen. Things feel a little bit more dreary, but that's really to showcase the moment that these are serious topics. She's really emotional. It's great. It's great. So Protector and My Rose are my next two favorites. Now, I'm going to skip over Bodyguard and Jolene. Y'all are going up for those in the internet, and they're cute. They're cute. But the next two that are really great, melodically, again, sonically, Daughter and Alligator Tears.
Oh, she gone, y'all. She threw her hands up. She's done.
Daughter is fantastic because of what she does with the operatic piece in there, and then also the story.
Operatic.
Yeah, the operatic piece. It's delicious. There's an Italian opera moment in there. Very, very good.
Okay.
Beyonce always be trying to sing opera. There's always a moment in her career where she be trying to do a little opera. Remember when she was loving Ave Maria for like 10 years of her career? It's crazy. But Daughter is beautiful. There's a very good story told in there.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, really, really great. And then Alligator Tears is also one of my favorites, and I think it's extremely underrated on the album because you gotta be a music head to appreciate it. Her glissandos and the way that she moves her voice and the layering, and then the augmented sort of moments that she has with her vocal layering are beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, I'm getting nerdy. But those who know Alligator Tears is a work of art sonically and melodically. All right, the next two that are my favorite, Just for Fun is an underrated one. That one is with our boy, Willie Jones, I think his name is. Let me not lie. It's a duet with Mr. Willie. Yes, Willie Jones, who is another Black country artist. He has a beautiful buttery voice. I mean, he sits.
Not buttery.
Yeah, he sits in his baritone register, and it is stunning. So that one is underrated for me. And then, of course, To Most Wanted, her duet with Miley Cyrus. We love it. What more could you? And Miley's voice, y'all know Miley. Miley is so country. Like, she's country to her core. And so her little raspiness complements Beyonce's breath and the wholeness of her tone really, really well. And then the last two that I love are Riverdance, which just is a fun little moment in the track that starts to transition the entire album into what is more of a hybrid of country and hip hop, Southern hip hop. And then the last one, Sweet Honey Buckin'. I love that one because it's just fun. Buckin', buckin', buckin'. Whoa, buckin', buckin'. Bucking like a mechanical bull.
I don't know this one.
You haven't listened to the album.
Yeah.
And
what
I'm
is
telling you.
How many was that favorites?
Those are my favorites. The album has
how many favorites you got?
The album has 22 tracks.
So was that 5 favorites?
I gave you 6 favorites.
Lord have mercy, y'all. We got some listening to do.
Y'all got some listening to do. And for my music heads, you know what I'm talking about. I wasn't lying on any of those critiques. It's a beautiful work of art and my favorite Beyonce album to date.
Oh, I love that.
And I think one thing that I do want to share quickly before we move on, that Black Southern culture is so particular.
Okay.
It's so particular. It's so robust. It is the slave narrative. It is the triumphant narrative. It is the collard greens and neck bones. It's the creativity. It's the community. It's the culture. And I think Southern Black culture has influenced so many things around the world. But in my experience as a Black Southern American, there have been times where I have not fully appreciated my culture or seen it represented in a way that I could be proud of. And I think that this album, for me, there are moments and there's little dog whistles for Black Southern culture that if you know, you know.
Yeah.
And I love that about about it. And I think that's why it's my favorite, because yeah, I feel like it fully represents me. And that's weird.
You feel seen.
I feel seen in Beyonce's music, and this album in particular.